Art is life. That's what most art enthusiasts say. Welcome to Art and Leisure. My name is Chioma Okpara. For about 30 minutes, we're going to celebrate our artists. We'll showcase our culture and then tell you where to go for some relaxation. Consistently for 10 years, the Ofala festival has taken place. This year's edition was a bit different. Nnaemeka Alfred the Obi of Onitsha is one of the biggest art collectors in the country. He decided to incorporate an art exhibition into the Ofala. Now I'm about to take you into the exhibition venue so they can see the artworks that were on display. Let's go. This group exhibition is titled Oreze. If you don't understand Igbo, Ora means crowd, Eze means king. So it's simply the king's crowd. There are 55 artists that have their works displayed here. It is an international exhibition. 12 of the artists are indigenes of Onitsha. 3 are Ghanaians, 2 are Togolese, and 2 are from Benin Republic. Others are guest artists whom the Obi of Onitsha has high regard for.
The Obi of Onitsha is one of the big patrons we have now, and he has a lot of crowd, a lot of people around him. Most of the artists know him in West Africa and the diaspora and all of that. So it's the king's crowd that are coming together in Onitsha just to honor him for his patronage during his Ofala festival.
Dr. Bruce Onobrakweya, who was the guest of honor, declared the exhibition open.
I am impressed by the various individual experiences which each artist has put into each work that they produce. The use of strong color, use of texture, use of line is a common denominator in all the works. But having said that, the works are very, very different, and you can enjoy them. What is happening now in bringing the show to come out during the festival is not different at all from what used to go on in those days. It is a revival, it's a renaissance, it's bringing back what has been there before. Some older traditional rulers or royalties should copy, should emulate what the Obi of Onitsha is doing.
Red Cap chiefs and other distinguished indigenes of Onitsha also came to see the exhibition.
We will have exhibitions from time to time so that we can keep up what our forefathers taught us.
This event attracted art enthusiasts from the government circle.
I said to my colleagues that if there is anything we must not miss during this Ofala festival is this exhibition. So we, from the Abuja, we came here straight, and we are lucky we came exactly when it was declared open. So I think this exhibition means a lot to National Gallery of Art, because the gallery is about ensuring that works of artists are showcased every now and then to open up a market platform for artists, and this is just one of it, and a big one for that matter.
Indeed, it is an international exhibition. Contemporary art pieces done in different media are on showcase. Some of the artists explain what inspired them.
The title of the work is The Rumored Death of a Dictator. It's an historical record of events that happened sometime when we had General Sani Abacha as the head of state of the country. So what I'm trying to say here is just to record when he died, there was a rumor. There's a rumor about the way he died and all that.
When my thoughts become riches, I'm trying to portray my thoughts, how my thoughts transfer, to become riches. That's all I'm trying to portray.
The title is Adeze, and in Igbo language, Adeze means princess. The material, I use fiberglass.
The picture is self-portrait. I want to buy myself before any other person can buy me. So in actual sense, I'm selling myself. It's like, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you.
The title of this painting is Ofuchi, Onwadiam, and Afuchi. These are typical Onitsha names. My grandmother from my paternal side, her name is Onwadiam. My grandmother from my maternal side, her name is Afuchi. Then I have a cousin that is named Ofuchi. Now, why am I using these names? Presently, I have two daughters that doesn't know anything about Onitsha names. They know the general Igbo names and the English names that they answer. So now, I was actually trying to tell them, stories about the kind of names we used to answer, or our grandparents used to answer in the olden days, that has totally changed. Because now we are dropping off those names. Those names are being dropped. Before you know what is happening, it's going to disappear. But when you do works like this, try to remember these names. The works are going to live on even when I move on. And people are going to ask questions. Why are these names coming up? And they're going to explain to them that these are old Onitsha names. I'm just trying to document names now.
Onitsha has produced great artists whose roles in the growth of modern Nigerian art cannot be underestimated. Abogidi, as Igwe is fondly called, is a great collector. At his instance, this maiden edition of Oreze is being held.
For us in Onitsha, it is going back to the beginning. Art, and particularly visual art, is part and parcel of our culture. As much as it's dance, it's drama. You could see that the Ofala was a combination of everything. There was the dancing, there was the drama, and there was the symbolism of the visual art also. If you remember someone like Professor Ben Enwong, was a famous Nigerian artist. He comes from Onitsha, or he came from Onitsha. His father was an artist also. And we've had a string of artists from Onitsha, Professor Seloka Osadebe and Professor Odita, were all part of the first Zaria Art Society, which includes Bruce Onabrakbaye, which includes Uchokeke, and so on. And if you take the generation down to the current situation, we have Onitsha artists everywhere around the world.
Having gone round to look at the art pieces, he gives his impression.
All in all, it's an impressive gathering. According to Dr. Bruce Onabrakbaye, the doyen of Nigerian visual art today, who condescended to come and declare this event open as a guest of honor. I mean, he says that this is the largest gathering of collection the largest exhibition of the number of artists exhibiting in one show since Festac 77. And this is fantastic.
Henceforth, Oreze exhibition will always be part of the Ofala Festival.
This maiden show, we had 55 artists, and we are looking at increasing the number.
We hope to make the arts exhibition and the arts part of Ofala bigger and bigger. And not just an exhibition, we'll have symposiums on art, we'll have lectures on art, and to make our people, the ordinary people, appreciate the significance of visual art and of art in general to our life and to our culture.
Oreze exhibition was sponsored by Globacom. Going by the success of this maiden edition, preparations for its second outing has started. The organizers promise a bigger and better event. Good days are here, better days are ahead. Long live Abogidi. That's how the Obi of Onitsha is addressed. It simply means the great one. You can call this episode Ofala Special because we're still going to talk about this festival that means so much to Onitsha people and their well-wishers. Ofala is the high point of Onitsha cultural life. Every year, the ancient city celebrates this festival, which was handed down to them by the past generations. I was at the 11th edition, and this is what I brought back for you. It's one of those days people take their time to dress up. Many of them arrived early and eagerly waited for the Ofala to begin. Then heaven decided to be a bit more generous. They had prepared and prayed for 8th of October, and nothing was going to be a hindrance. These are Onitsha young men and women. They are the next generation, and this display is to show that the culture of the land will be preserved. After a while, the torrents became drizzles. In spite of the rain, we are all here, indigenous and visitors alike. It is the 11th edition of Ofala Festival, taking place at the palace of the Obi of Onitsha, Nnaemeka Alfred Achebe. There's so much going on here. One after the other, Ndi Chie, also known as the Red Cap Chiefs, dancing with their entourage. They're gaily dressed, and this colorful headdress known as Ukwododo distinguishes them from the rest.
In Onitsha, when you put on a red cap, it signifies you are a member of the cabinet. The members of the cabinet are called Ndi Cheume. There are only 6. There's a middle rank, Ndi Chiokwa, and then there's a third rank, Ndi Chiokwareze. So when I talk of the cabinet members, the 6 that are Ndi Cheume, it is a decision by the Igwe. If he feels you have enough credibility to be able to be an advisor to him, he will appoint a member of the cabinet.
The sound that comes from this musical instrument called Opi in local parlance means a lot to Ndi Chie. Dr. Amechi Obiora is an accomplished surgeon. He's a cabinet member with the title Onya Ozoma.
He was hailing me, was calling me by my title, Nyaka Nyaka, you know, and he follows me when I go to dance.
So when he blows that, what does that do to you?
It evokes you. When he talks to you, you feel like flying.
It is forbidden for anyone who is not an Ndi Chie to wear the red cap.
If they are indigenous, if they come to take the title, that is, they have balanced the title, somebody might get up and say, this man has been wearing red cap. They will punish him. So if he had been parading himself with red cap, when he eventually comes to take the title as a citizen, he'll be punished.
The third tier of governance in Onitsha is the balance.
There are certain ceremonies according to Onitsha custom and tradition which we perform to qualify you to be a member of our balance. First and foremost, you must be a member. You must be an Onitsha man in all respects. When we say Onitsha man, you are not a slave, you are a freeborn. You must be a member of Onitsha. You must be an Onitsha man before you are entitled to be a member of Ofala. And you must perform certain rites in your village and entire Onitsha that will qualify you as a member of Ofala. Our traditional mode of dressing is white upon white toga on white wrapper. That is what the cap with feather attached to it perpendicularly.
In every kindred in Onitsha, the oldest man is called Diokpa. These are Diokpas, and they play a major role in the community.
They are the custom and tradition affairs consultants.
Otuodu Society of Onitsha is strictly for married women.
To be a member, you have to be an indigene and of Onitsha. But if you are not an indigene and your husband is an indigene of Onitsha and marry an Igbo woman, then the wife is qualified to take the title as Otuodu.
It is compulsory for these titled women to wear the elephant tusk jewelry on both wrists and ankles.
It's very heavy. You see some people, they use the hand, they won't put the leg because it's too heavy. If you are now up to 70, 80, you cannot be able to put it on anymore. So that's why we pardon them.
On a day like this, they all converge on Obi's palace, not just to witness the ceremony, but to show the Obi their unflinching support. 4 days to the Ofala, the Obi will not be seen by anybody.
I go into seclusion for 4 days, all in prayers, in communion with God and with the spirits and with the ancestors, all in prayers for the community.
In the old days, you don't see the king. And it's only during the Ofala that the citizens are allowed to see the king, the outing of the king.
It is the Ofala day, and Nnaemeka Alfred Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha, dances into the arena amidst cheers from the crowd.
It's all about merriment. It's all about celebration. In the annual cycle, our ancestors were all farmers, and so our traditional cycle is built around the agricultural season. So there's a season of planting, and there's a season of tending the crops, and there's a season of harvest. And then after the harvest, then you have a season of the lean period when you have to manage everything you have, because we're during the dry season, no harvest and all that. So you go through the lean period, the difficult times, and you plant the crops, and then they grow. If the yield is bountiful, then there's a cause for celebration. And this is what it's all about. So as Ofala is going on today, then of course we have the New Yam Festival also going on. The various villages are doing theirs on their respective days.
The Yam Festival coinciding with the Ofala is a coincidence. Ofala is the outing of the king, first outing of the king. In the old days, the king is not seen in public. And during the Ofala, the king, after a period of isolation, in which he prays to God to bless the town, now appears for the first time. That's why it's a period of celebration.
His Royal Majesty does not dress like this every day. This is a special occasion.
It's a symbol of majesty. In the old days, when this celebration started, the king did not dress like that. In fact, the king modestly dressed with loincloth until one of the citizens said that he had seen the dressing of the king at a gala, top a gala, that he will go and bring the regalia from a gala. So he went, and the Ofala was approaching, and they were worried that the man wouldn't arrive in time. So after some time, they started sending message by the telegraphic thing we had that time, that is drumming. The man's name was Idoko, and they were calling Idoko Jele Gala, Idoka Nataro. That is Idoko that went to Gala has not come back. And they were sending it so that he will hurry. At the last minute, he came with that regalia, and the regalia has become a part of the custom. Now that message has become part of the custom too. So the big ekwe wooden gong, during certain ceremonies, you hear sounding Idoko, Idoko, Idoko. You know, that was the telegraphic message they sent to
the Idoko that went to bring the regalia from Igala.
Ofala remains the high point of Onitsha cultural life. It marks the end of one annual ceremonial cycle and the beginning of another.
Ofala also is a period when we stop for a moment and think through the past year. All that has happened to us, what has been good, what has not been so good. Any misdeeds, any communal misdeeds, we pray to God for forgiveness. We also look forward to the future and pray to God to help us and give us a good future. And we set our targets for the future. So spiritually, this is the spiritual element of Ofala when you reflect.
For those who live outside Onitsha, this is a time to come home.
We are here felicitating with Obi of Nnaemeka Achebe on his 11th Ofala celebrations. Every Onitsha man or woman is supposed to be here today. This is a once-in-a-year activity, and we are so proud. Today is a proud day for every Onitsha man, woman, and child.
A colorful event like this attracts tourists.
It's a great impression. I'm always very happy to see when a culture very ancient is still alive. We French people, we believe in diversity of culture, and it's very important for us to see that Nigeria is supporting and defending its own culture.
The Atta of Igala was a special guest. Mr. Peter Obi, the governor of Anambra State, congratulated the Obi and the people of Onitsha for a successful event. Speaking in Igbo language, he told everyone that Onitsha was important in the overall scheme of things. At every Ofala, the Obi of Onitsha comes out thrice to dance. After the first outing, he goes into the palace to rest for a while. After the second outing, he gives a speech. The third outing is the last. After dancing, he leaves the arena with Ndiche, and that signals the end of Ofala for the year. The next day, being the Azu Ofala, is for solidarity visits.
And that is when his chiefs pay homage to him. You will see all age grades coming to pay homage to him.
When it is time for us to come and see Igwe, we all will go and bow and greet him. And we should remove our head tie. Remove our head tie to obey the rule, that's the rule of we don't go inside the where Igwe is with head tie. You know, due to Igwe is a learned man and prestigious man and very elegant man, understanding man. That's the way he asked us to be doing instead of removing our head tie by bowing down and hold like this.
Onitsha people are grateful to God for the past year. They expect His blessings in the new year. Welcome back. That was Ofala 2013 edition. I hope it was informative and entertaining. Many people traveled from different parts of the country to be a part of the colorful event. I hope you enjoyed that. This program encourages you to unwind. You work hard, you should also play hard. Now we're going to the Bar Beach here in Lagos to enjoy all it offers. The Lagos Bar Beach is located on Ahmadu Bello Way in Victoria Island. With a large parking space and relaxed ambience, families have quality time here.
From January to this time, we have been running up and down to see that we got something to make them happy. And during Salah time like this, Salah, Christmas, we must make them happy, and this is only the time we have to make them happy.
There are restrictive measures. Mr. Fiong Ekanem, the chairman of Tourism Committee on Bar Beach, spoke off camera.
You know that the sea is always very, very attractive to people. It's attractive to the good swimmers. It's also attractive to those who cannot even swim. And in order for us to safeguard the public from getting drowned, we have to put those safety measures in place. Though we made some restrictions, but a few ones that wanted to have their image on the ocean shore could also just walk close by and take it at a restricted distance. That's why you have the security personnel, the police, you have the neighborhood watch, you have the beach guard, and all of that, all of them around working together.
A toll is collected at the entrance.
In getting this place safe, in getting this place clean, in getting this place secured, something has to be done. And that is why the sanitation levy is collected.
As people come for relaxation, others are here for business. And if your phone battery runs down, Abdurazak Abdul Salam is at your service.
I charge battery, I swear card. It's 17 naira. I try to put him to recognize the person who get them.
The Lagos Bar Beach is a tourism facility which offers relaxation to everyone. Yes, we have to promote our own. Going to the bar beach is a good way to let your head down. If you have a family, go with every member. That's one sure way of getting maximum enjoyment. Well, that's our offering this week. You can send us a mail to artandleisureontv@yahoo.com or visit our Facebook page, Art and Leisure on TV. My name is Chioma Okpara. Love yourself, love Nigeria.